Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Puma Zone. Tonight, I'm going to have a guest on my show. This is a friend and a fellow role player that I met while I was playing Guild Wars 2. And that would be him calling. Hey, man. Hello. Anyway, he's having mic issues at the moment. So, tonight gonna be talking to them, like I did with Jalek and Max in their interviews, just kind of get an idea where he's, what his background is and what he loves about RP so much. No, I understand you here. I know. Just get your microphone, dude.
Out of my way. What's your problem?
Welcome to the show, Mel. How you doing? Mel. I don't know if his real name is Mel, but he's Melisa in game. So, dude, I got Max here hitting me up on my phone. He's like, "Yeah, totally rail Melisa." What do you think about that? I don't know. And Sovin is totally in the live stream chat, so I'm sure she'll have some questions for you. Whatever pleases her, you better. So you better give her more. You better, get the reins on her, because she'll ask anything. Are you sure you don't have anything to hide? Are you positive? Are you positive? Oh. She says she's good. I don't know. Good at what? This is what I want to know. What are you good at, Sovin? She don't know. So, dude, man, so I gotta ask you something, man. How did you get into RP? Because to me, you seem like more of a first-person shooter cat than getting into roleplay. So you did do a tabletop. Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool, man. You know, I want to say this though. They still have AOL. AOL is still out there. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if they're still an internet provider. They might, and they might in some countries, countries that may not have, cable and T1. Well, I knew a couple years ago you could still get them and still use it with your cable company internet. It was just a great content provider for people, especially for older folks that had no freaking clue how to use the internet. It was really user friendly. Oh, hold on, man. Uh, Sylvan, you can't hear Melissa? I mean, we might have been talking, dude, but I don't know if they can hear you. Sylvan can't hear you. Okay. That's weird because people can hear people on TeamSpeak. That is odd. Do you have TeamSpeak? You want to hop in? You want to hop in? Yeah, hold on here. Let me. This is no password. Whoever's on the stream right now, I apologize. I've been actually talking to Melissa, and apparently it's not working with Skype. I do not know why. Flip what switch? Oh, I see. Sorry. Yeah, this is the first time I've used Skype for this live stream. Yeah, it's weird. I've never. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, go ahead, talk and talk again. Chat, say something. See if someone can hear you. Alright, never mind, that didn't work. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Indeed. Just go to like quick connect, go to connections, go to quick connect, and put that address that I put in Skype.
User was moved to your channel.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wow, you're coming nice and loud. How's that, Sylvan? Can you hear him now? Maybe she's not there. Can you hear yourself?
Oh, yeah, I can hear myself just fine.
Sylvan, can you hear him? Okay, so let's. Okay, so my first question to him was what got him into what was his background. So Mel, if you can indulge us again, that would be awesome. Because nowhere. Oh. Anyway, I'm sorry. Mel, let me say that again. Nowhere heard you the first time, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about your background and RP and what got you in it.
All right, I can do that. Well, as I said, before all this happened, is that, way back in the day, there was this thing that existed called AOL. And AOL had chat rooms where they hosted a lot of RP, and I'll admit that a lot of it was horrible, but I digress. I was like 9 or so.
What?
I was really young.
Why was it horrible?
Oh, it's just like the storylines that we would write. Lots of demon bastard childs and angsty angsters with long katana swords and flowing black hair. And it was all so bad, but it was fun. I had fun. But that's what really started me off with it. And then I got a game called Neverwinter Nights. And with Neverwinter Nights, I used to play a lot of the single player, but then I decided to hop on the multiplayer. And I noticed that they had RP servers. And I hopped on one, and I stuck there for about a good year and a half. I was there, and it was still to this day some of the best RP I've ever had. And it was a pleasure with RPing with those people. It was really fun. That's what really kicked it off for me. If it wasn't for Neverwinter Nights, I probably would have just ended it all right there. Because I'm mostly a first-person shooter guy. I was really trying to push hard for a team and try to get noticed by doing Unreal Tournament and Quake. and that really wasn't happening. But I found my place in RP, and it was pretty neat for what it was. And then the server died off, and I went to World of Warcraft and World of Warcraft.
Now,
pretty much.
I just want to say this, guys. If you hear that loud whining sound in the back, that's this computer's fan.
Oh yeah, it is. My my video card's old. It's like 4 years old. So if it gets annoying, I can just always log off Guild Wars 2. Because whenever I'm on Guild Wars 2, it likes to kick into overdrive and pretend to be a jet plane.
Yeah, you could definitely hear it. It's really prominent in, at least in my ears. Are you looking forward to, I guess, Neverwinter 2013?
I am. It just depends on, commence takeoff, because fuck it. But yeah, I am. It really depends on how they do Great Weapon Fighter, because that is what I played primarily in Neverwinter Nights, was a fighter barbarian with great sword specialization, because rage all day, cleave all day. And I pretty much served as everybody's killer, and whenever I played Neverwinter Nights, I pretty much killed everything that came across my path. But if they do Great Weapon Fighter really well, and seeing that, it's pretty much like, just from playing D&D, I'm playing fighter barbarian. So if they do that class well, I'll hop on it.
I understand. Well, this weekend they're gonna have the Great Weapon Fighter.
And I'm going to be playing extensively. Unless it completely blows, and I'm just going to stop playing it after the first 5 minutes and quietly weep to myself and pretend like it never existed.
I know you're not the only one that's looking forward to that. I think Max is looking forward to that, and I believe Gillette is looking forward to that.
Yeah, from what I saw of the video that they released, it looks like they're doing a really good job. Really, with giving the great weapon swings weight, they did a really good job on how it impacts on the enemies there.
Hey, Boogeyman.
So what's been your favorite character so far out of all your role-playing adventures?
That's really tough. That's really tough. Because with Neverwinter Nights, a lot of my characters there were...
Oh, your dad will...
But, yeah, it's a really tough question because I've played so many characters. But I would rather be probably my, Arcane Archer that I played as in Neverwinter Nights, one of the very few male characters that I've actually played, sadly. But, Victor was a really good character. He was a lot like Drizzt Do'Urden, but he still had his own little place. Like, Drizzt's he's a pretty serious guy. But with Victor, he was pretty lax, and he pretty much just wanted to live life as it is. He was pretty joyful to escape the Underdark and escape the oppressive reign of the females there. I don't no longer, just a piece of meat. I'm actually appreciated, besides all the racism that he can come across for being a drow. But other than that, he's a pretty laid-back guy. But what made him really special to me is the stuff that I did with him. He was a part of a mercenary company, and this mercenary company often took contracts to protect important people and to shape people for information. And the people that I was with, they were really good people and really good role players. And the server that I was on, it was very little NPCs, very little. If there was a shop owned, it was owned by a player. And, just to give like an example of what Victor would do to, what made him a really fun character is that, he was Arcane Archer. So he had Arrow of Death, and he had to get information from this one guy. And everybody knows that Victor is an arcane archer. He's pretty well known for doing what he does. And he walks up to this guy, and he's like shaking him for the information, and he whips out the Arrow of Death. And he's like, all right, so I got this arrow. If I hit you anywhere in your body, you're pretty much dead. Like, that's how the Arrow of Death works. And, the guy, he's like, oh my God, he starts pissing himself, actually. And he's just like, all right, I'll tell you everything. Just don't touch me with that damn thing. Because, if you get touched with it, you're dead. So he gets all the information that he gets from him and everything. And then he takes the Arrow of Death, and he just, like, cuts his own finger with it, and then, like, cuts him with it. And it's like, it's fake. I'll just fuck with you. And he just walks away. It's just stuff that Victor did. It always brought a smile to my face, given the opportunities that I can actually play this character. And, actually play a mercenary looking out, for his company's best interest and trying to make the most gold and, live life to the fullest. Like, I'm a young dro trying to, do what I do. I'm handsome. I actually get women's. Sometimes I might get the men's too, depending on what I want. I don't know.
Whoa.
I'm stupid. But, I don't really, when it comes down to that, I'm a character dude. I don't really put my own sexuality into my characters. I play them as is, and if Victor wanted a dude and a guy and a girl at the same time, get him a guy and a girl. He doesn't really care. It's not a lot of people could come up to Victor and, talk mess to his face, because he was often flanked by his own company, and he could stand his own in his own fights. Like, I held one of the most strongest characters on the whole server, and Victor also came into like 5th or 6th place. My Fighter Barbarian was one of the strongest, most characters on there, because she pretty much just destroyed whatever came across her path. And she herself was a really good character, because she grew from an adventurer, like, trying to find treasures and explore things and learn, kind of naive, but, she was young and she wanted to see the world, to a person that saw the world as this really shitty place to be and nobody was good, and she wanted to set that right. Like, she wanted people to walk the streets safe. And then she goes from this really vindictive character, just, she deals justice. Like, she pretty much viewed herself, she's pretty much Judge Dredd with tits. And then she goes from this character to a motherly character after she has her first child. And, like, it was just the amount of character growth that happened with that character. It was really something that you rarely see in roleplay now with MMOs, and then 99.9% of it is fucking and ignoring dicks. So, the stuff that happened in Neverwinter Nights is something that I wish was more prominent and common in recent MMOs. A lot of role players, they really seek, quick pleasures, or or something that they would spend like a week with and call it a wrap. The stuff that I did on Neverwinter Nights, this is stuff that the GMs would take months of preparation for. They would go into the developer kits and make things. Like, the way Victor died was something worthy of being in a book, and this is all player created. Like, this is all something that happened on a whim. Like, Victor was actually killed, and on the server, if you die, if you're not resurrected, that character is dead flat out. There's nothing else. And there was actually rules to being resurrected. You didn't resurrect as a strong person. You resurrected really weak and feeble, and it took days. And this was actually real life days. Like, you had to sit through like the 5 or like 4 days of recuperation, of regaining yourself from being resurrected. And the way Victor died was pretty much saving the fucking world. Like, trying to be a hero. And the GMs, they, as I said, if there was something going on, it was player ran. And right. Victor was chilling with his best friend. and they were just, like having a few drinks, enjoying the landscape, being out in the wild, because Victor really loved the wilds. And I don't know, courier, this messenger came. This messenger came, calling out for Victor. There was pretty much a call to arms. Anybody in the area has to fight. And what was going on was there was a demon siege, and this demon siege was actually laying waste to a lot of towns, really. And they came and hit our town, and Victor had to, gather up his mercenaries, and do what they do. And Victor went to the demon room, like there was a demon portal opened up, and we all went through, and we tried to defeat the person who was like behind all the demon sieges. And it was a player, and it was he was a shapeshifter. And we first fought him in his first phase, and he pretty much made this ridiculously strong character for us to fight, and he was behind everything. And after we got him down to like a few HPs, he goes into God mode, and then he transforms into this dragon, and we fight him. And we use up all of our equipment killing this guy. We use up all of our potions, all of our repair kits. Everything's on cooldowns. All of our day skills are gone. And we pretty much beat him by, the hair on our neck. Like, we were bloodied and beaten and tired, and we need to go home. So we were gathering up all the loot, and one of the guys there, Victor didn't really trust him. He was a newer recruit to the mercenaries, but we needed everybody for this. And the guy took the opportunity to take all this crap there. And he just took the opportunity to take all the crap, and he was going to kill all of us by, sealing the portal that we got through. And he ran through and everything, like he just bolts forward. He's trying to take all the glory for himself. And we're all trying to chase after him and whatnot. And Victor's best friend gets shot in the back of the leg with a arrow, and then the GM's like, "Hey, you can no longer run really fast." So she becomes over encumbered, and she can't run fast any longer. So Victor's like, "All right, I'll hold off the demons, and you make it to the portal and kill that fucking prick that pretty much betrayed us." And he holds off all the demons, and then she gets to the portal, and then she pretty much got shot in the neck with an arrow, and he died. So,
Man, it sounds intense.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I damn near shedded a tear because Victor, he was so cool, and seeing him die, and I couldn't say like, well, I'm gonna go for it, because Victor wouldn't do that. He wants to be the hero, and he really cared for his best friend. It was like they pretty much started the mercenary group. They started doing what they did, and without her, he wouldn't be there. So he was like, I owe you my life, so leave, kill that bastard, and then, make sure people know the truth of what happened here. And after they got out, and there was no out of character on this server, so if you were talking on a character, you used it through like a third-party program, like AOL chat. And so they tell me, well, she tells me that they found him. It was like 3 days later. He was trying to do this grand escape after figuring out everybody didn't die, and everybody found him out for a fraud. They found him like 3 days later, and she pretty much dragged him on a horse through a town until he died. That's what it is. Like they killed him, but after they die, she pretty much had liberty to do whatever she wants, and she was like, she drags him through the city, on horseback, naked, until he was pretty much dead. So I was like, yeah, that's worthy death. That's pretty worthy. And it was funny because, I have these two characters on the same server, and nobody knows that I'm also Stevie, which is my fighter barbarian. And, I own death here. I'm like trying to look for the guy that's killed me, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. But to get back to the question that was asked like 15 years ago, my favorite characters, I couldn't pinpoint a character. It would be characters, And it would be Victor, Stevie, and my shaman in World of Warcraft, Jovi. Jovi was also a really fun character to roleplay as. Really how she matured and pretty much the mother of the whole server, almost. Like everybody looked up to her and sought her out for wisdom. It was really fun. Zobai got a lot of respect from a lot of people, but a lot of people also wanted to have sex with her, and that's
Well, that's
that's when RP just declined, and I had to leave a server because of it. I don't know why. It was just so creepy. I had the flag RSP, and I have written out how she looks. And flag RSP, if anybody used it, it likes to delete itself. Just like to say, fuck you, I'm done. And rewrite it, have fun. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna... No, I didn't. I was in Stormwind a lot of the time. But, if flag RSP deleted itself, you had to rewrite it. I didn't feel like rewriting that. It was like 5 paragraphs of me trying my hardest. I was like, I'm not rewriting that. And then, like, this guy comes up, he's like, oh, what happened to your flag RSP? And I was like, oh, it got deleted. It sucks, I'll rewrite it later. He's like, oh, man, no problem. I got a backup on my computer. I'm like, okay. He's like, I'll email it to you. I'm like, all right. It's not creepy at all that you just have my character's fucking flag RSP saved on your computer. Like,
and then since I gave this to you, let's have sex.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I totally understand that, man. Like I get that all the time with any Puma. Like you randomly start talking to somebody, or they'll come up start talking to you, and then next thing you know, they're like trying to get into her pants. It's like, weren't we just having a pleasant conversation? Why does it have to be the sexy times?
Pretty much so.
Shaman Fuda chaining, okay.
Oh yeah. World of Warcraft people loved fucking Draenei Fudas. Like everybody even thought that my Draenei, it was so prominent. People thought my Draenei was a Fuda, and I was like, no, she has a vagina.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But it is what it is. It's kind of why I stopped RPing on World of Warcraft, just how nasty it got. And I didn't even play on Moonguard. I went on Moonguard, and fuck, dude, I never saw him. It was like a walking porno that I subscribed to. It's like I don't know how these people think that it's hot. I don't know how people could sit there and write this with a straight face. Like, I don't know how. I just don't know. Like, I would read some of these flag RSP. Me and my girlfriend, we had a thing. Like, we would go to Moonguard and read the flag RSPs there because I have screen caps too. like I have some screen caps that are just like, how did you write this and press enter and save it and say, yeah, that's my character? Like, I don't know. Like, it was this one girl, it still creeps me out. And it's still hilarious, but it's like hilariously creepy. But this one girl, she had her mouth permanently like jarred open by like staples or whatever. But the point is, it was jarred open permanently. And on the side of her jaw, she had a cup there, like, that was taped to her jaw that said tips. I'm like, okay. Like, who sat there? I was like, yeah, and she got her mouth permanently open, cup tip jarred. I'm like,
okay, alrighty then.
yeah, Moonguard was wild with their flag RSPs, man. Like, it was like a thing. Like, we'll just go there and we'll read it and we'll laugh and be disgusted, but laugh, and then we'll leave. But, I still give Moonguard, I would never say I did not find one of the most touching RPs I've had in my World of Warcraft history on Moonguard. It was when I made like an average character, didn't level him up. He was pretty much an average Joe Schmo, but he was also blind. And this one girl tried to rob him, whatever. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get raped. I thought this girl was going to try to rape me or something, because that's what Moonguard's for. I constantly had characters getting whispers about rape. I had a blood elf girl once, and some guy whispered me about knocking me out and chopping my body up. And I was like, okay. But, yeah, my blind guy, he was getting robbed by this girl, and he pretty much played the nice guy. He was like, you don't, if you need money, I would give it to you regardless. And that pretty much started their friendship. And he pretty much put her on a better path. Like, he gave her the courage to go up to the people that, like, owned her and, the gang that she was part of and say, I'm done with this shit. And, he taught her how to read and write, and it was really sweet. But other than that, I would never go back. Like, Moonguard's so nasty that I would never, if they were like, hey, if you want this experience to happen again, like, we're going to take this experience away from your memory, and you have to redo it all over again, I would not, because Moonguard is just that disgusting. I just counted my blessings. Yeah, I just counted my blessings and fucking left.
So what kind of RP do you like? I mean, what do you look for when you do RP?
Nowadays, I just stopped caring. It's more or less that if it happens, it happens. Not a lot of games in the communities. The RP is just, it's not what it used to be. And if I can find it, I pretty much take. I just pretty much make my character. Oh boy, I just pretty much make my character and hope I meet some good people. And if I find some storyline stuff, that's great. If I don't, whatever. I don't really care. I used to lean a lot towards relationship RP, but I think that's pretty common. And it went from like the AOL chat rooms. There's a lot of like fighting, and even if I was like 9, we did some pretty cool stuff. I give myself credit for having that much death in RPs, but when I started off, it was a lot of fighting, and then when it went into Neverwinter Nights, it was a lot of storyline, and then when it went into World of Warcraft, it was a lot of relationships. Sadly. I did do a lot of storylining, but it was mostly relationships, because that's what the deal was back then. A lot of people were interested in storylines and writing stories, and they were mostly interested in shagging, and more shagging, and storylines about shagging. And if you're not fucking me, I don't care. So, and then after that, it pretty much died into, if I get it, congratulations. But yeah, as of right now, I really don't care what kind of RP I come across, as long as it isn't something disgusting and the person's asking me to like poop in their mouth. I don't really care. So
I haven't come across any of that type of RP yet, where they're like, "Hey, can I poop in your mouth?"
I remember. Oh boy, I'm reading some of the stuff that.
Oh boy, my game crashed.
Oh boy, but what the fuck I was saying? What was it before fucking Savin distracted me with all the silliness that she's linking me? What kind of RP was it? Oh yeah, the pooping in the mouth. Right. I remember going on Your Words too. This happened recently, a few months back, and I went to that one pub that's in Queensdale or whatever it's called. That one little hunter shack or whatever, and Melisa, she saw this one girl, and she was with her best friend Naveen, and Melissa's rule is if they dress like completely head to toe covered, that they're like the most sluttiest of sluts. Like that's her rule. Like the more you cover up, the more you're pretty much a slut in her eyes. So she saw this one girl like completely robed and acting all suave and I do things properly. I'm a proper woman. And Melissa looked to her best friend Naveen. She was like, man, I bet that bitch is a hoe. Like, I bet $10 I can get in them panties and capture them, whatever. So Melissa tries. And she succeeds, sadly. But I didn't go through with it because she succeeded. I don't know if she did this on purpose. If she did it on purpose, bravo. I give you, a fucking applause. Because I found it hilarious, but I also alt F4'd. But, she she was like, yeah, I got like a little secret going on. And I was like, oh boy, she's a Fuda. Like, she has a dick. No, she didn't have a dick. But she was like, I'm just really into something that a lot of people don't like. And I was like, oh boy, she wants me to poop on her. Well, that didn't happen either. She was into feet, and she wanted like Melisa to like shove feet in places. And I was like, nope, alt F4. So I pretty much won this bet. And now I'm gonna alt F4 and get the fuck out of here. And like, I'm kind of creeped out. This bitch wants me to shove, my foot up her ass. And I'm like,
I'm glad that we're having this conversation.
dude, we could have nasty conversations about nasty RPs.
But this is about you, man. This is not about nasty RP. We know what kind of nasty RP is out there.
It's my experience, so it's about me. Like,
it's totally your experience, man. You have found it. You have found it. You found the mecca. That I will agree. That hunting lodge out there in Queensdale. Whew, it's like going to Goldshire.
yeah, that's a little bit like going to Goldshire.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like a really cool. We met randomly, just out of random, and it was a good chance to kind of role play with you because you've always been a cool guy to role play with. You've always been kind of like you never been stingy or anything. You've always kind of been cool with role play. So
Yeah, I try to keep it open. But yeah, we met randomly through roleplay. My character was about to, what's that dude name, Amir or whatever. She was yelling at him. They always had bad blood. Like Melisa shanked him and he shot her. But
yeah, I remember those were the days.
yeah.
So what games you're looking forward to get some role playing? The ones that are coming out like Neverwinter, Elder Scrolls, WildStar.
To say the most exciting one that I'm here for is probably Neverwinter, because it'll be good just to relive the old days. Because I can't do it anymore because they shut down the global servers for Neverwinter Nights. So unfortunately, I can't hop on Neverwinter Nights for some fucking RP. But so when they release Neverwinter Nights Online, or Neverwinter Nights 2013, depending on which one to call it, but whenever they release that, I feel like I'll be kinda back home. But they do have the Foundry, so I do expect people to make to try. Whenever I RP with games that don't have like foundries or player creation things, that's where I find that most people lean towards the relationship RP, because I pretty much believe that they think that they can get the most out of their character through the relationship RP and the most story done throughout relation RP, because they can't create anything without it feeling too fake. Like, they want something authentic that they can do, but they can't because they can't create anything, and they'll be limited to the mechanics and systems within the game to do it. So if you want to create like a bandit raid or a caravan defense kind of thing, or something like that, you would have to use player resources, and you would have to use a stretch of imagination, pretty much. You have to have the dudes like walk in, the role players walk in and go, I'm a bandit, I'm here to kill you. And then it's either that, are we on an open PvP server here, or are we rolling for dice or dueling? It's very limited. So I'm looking more forward towards Neverwinter Nights, because I think that people are going to open up for more storytelling and story-driven things, because they'll have the tools to do it. So I think that would be a really good thing for the RP community, and I think, Cryptic for putting in the Foundry and creating a good game, because you got Dungeons and Dragons Online, and, you know, that's true to heart to Dungeons and Dragons, but it's also something limited. I'm like, if I'm going to play something like so true to heart to Dungeons and Dragons, I'm going to play fucking Dungeons and Dragons. So,
Right.
yeah. And, you know, I was looking forward to the Elder Scrolls Online, but I hear good things about the game, but I don't really like the 3-faction deal, because 3 factions cut the community, the population, down to at least damn near a half. So I'm not really digging the whole faction thing. I don't really dig 3 factions. So yeah, I'm mostly looking forward towards Neverwinter Nights Online.
You played some of the beta already, so that's cool.
Yeah, I played the beta and it was a solid game.
I was gonna have some beta keys tonight, but the person that I was supposed to procure them for me was unable to.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I got my beta key. They did a thing on Facebook with the video, so I was able to get mine.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, so you've been traveling in the RP quite a bit. Who have you ran? It's like, you have any memorable people you have RP'd with, or characters you've just kind of ran in, just like, you know, randomly, or if you've just had RP with? Yes, beta keys work from last time.
Oh, really? Then I have a spare beta key then. But to answer your question, I don't know if you're fishing for compliments, Annie Puma. Do you want to say, man, I met this one guy named Annie Puma, and he was just so great at RP?
No. I wasn't fishing for for myself. You don't even have to mention me. Well, I was just asking, like, you know, has there been any character out there that's like, you know?
Recently, within a year, a guy I met in Terra, he was pretty good. We met randomly through roleplay, and my character and his character pretty much were like damn near made for each other. And we had a lot of fun role-playing, but, you know, it just kind of died off. But it was something that, it was like an experience that I haven't had in a while, is opening, like, actually open RP with somebody just random out of the blue. We're in a group, and I feel like my character would be drunk right now. And, you know, my character was drunk like a skunk, and she walks up to this guy, and she starts, like, doing her drunk little thing, you know, being a drunk woman, and everybody's having a laugh. And we meet, and, you know, I pretty much kick it off, and that lasts as long as he played Terra, then he quit. But it was a heartwarming experience that brought me back to the old days where dudes properly roleplayed dudes, and and they did, like, put a lot of themselves into the character. I don't really have a problem with people who do that. It's just that it's kind of bad for me to make this. I always just viewed roleplay as making characters up and having them interact. And when you put yourself into your character, I almost view it as lazy, and I almost view it as you trying to put your personal life into this fantasy realm. And I'm like, well, I mean, this is characters. I'm like, everything should be new. Like, make something up. Like, this is what makes it fun. Like, you can't. I would be very bored if I role-played myself, even more. Like, I would be bored. I role-play myself every day. I wake up and role-play myself. Like, I want to do something else. So, this is how I view it. But
you wake up every day ERPing yourself.
I do. I masturbate every morning when I wake up. It wakes me up. But it was just refreshing to see a guy actually role-play a guy and not put so much of himself in it, and that not get attached. Oh my god. If I had a fucking dollar for every dude that got a fucking attached to me on a fucking roleplay, I would have like $20. Still too much, but it was nice to not have him email me
It's
like a week later.
it's one reason why I don't open that door with like I don't care about like who like you. I don't care who Annie is with as long as she's happy, but she leans towards women. And the reason, really, one of the reasons why I do that is because one, I do like boobies, but two, you know, I do find that men get attached quickly,
Oh, yeah.
and then they're like lost puppies. Every time you're online, they just want to hump your leg. You know, it's just I tend not to go that way. You know.
Definitely. It's something that I understand. Like me and my good friend Anna, we had this conversation about, you know, guys role-playing guys and guys role-playing girls. And we just had the conversation like why we prefer, if we're going to do something and if we had, you know, the choice of doing it besides the character, why we would still go for a guy who plays a girl, because usually those guys are the coolest. I'm saying usually because it doesn't always apply. But usually those are the guys that pretty much, they're laxed and they're like lesbians, yay. They're not like the guys like, oh my god, I'm so in love with your character. Where were you 5 seconds ago? I missed you. And I'm like, dude. We're banging in character. Shut the fuck up. It's not that big of a deal. Like, get over it.
Yeah, I sort of have that problem now in because I kind of had some RP in Rift, and the person behind the character is a dude, but they play a woman. They're not together, but like every time I get online, it just totally gets like really something I feel like don't even like logging on because just the cleanliness gets really bad.
Yeah, it happens. Like it happened to me in Rift, and it also gets on my nerves when it also gets on my nerves when the two characters get along with each other and whatever, and then the player finds out that, you know, you're a guy behind the keyboard, or, you know, vice versa, and then they just completely fucking stop caring, and I'm like, you're role playing for the wrong fucking reason, sir. If you
Right.
if you're like, oh, you're a guy behind the keyboard, never mind. Like, oh, okay, you're sitting there, you know, masturbating at the sight of my character, and I'm happy that you're gone. So,
Do you use the same names in each game?
I try not to. Names is very hard for me. And if I have a good name, I pretty much try to stick to it. But I do try my hardest not to recycle names, because I feel like that's recycling characters. And in every game, I try to make exactly, your RP is not surfingmatch.com. That's pretty much hitting the nail on the coffin. But I try to, you know, make up a new character the best that I can for every game that I play, you know, and me naming the character the same name, I feel like that's recycling characters, and that's something that I don't want to do. That's just me personally. I know you remake Annie Puma, and I'm fucking completely fine with that. That's your character. But I just like making up new characters and finding out the lore within the character and trying to see how that character fits into the world.
No, okay, I understand. Well, I use the same name because that's how people usually find me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's what a lot of people use it for. But the people that want to find me, I'm gonna tell them my name. So if they want to find me, I want them to find me. So I will tell them my name on the new game that I'm playing. And if I don't tell you my new name that I'm playing on the game, then obviously I don't want you around. You know, I can be a bit of a dick, but it's just the fucking truth.
right. Wait a minute. Try to talk my way out of what, Sylvan? You see this shit, Mel? She busts my balls every time.
I need help.
So you're gonna play some? You're gonna play Neverwinter this weekend?
Oh yeah, definitely. I plan on playing it extensively, seeing that I'm on break. So I'm pretty much trying to get as much as I can in, unless Great Weapon Fighter sucks, and then I'm just gonna log out and quietly weep into a corner.
Cool. Are you? Did you want to join in on the Sunday night?
Oh
Leo?
sure. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. No, I don't care. I'm gonna be cleaving everything, so I'm gonna leave my microphone off just to, make myself seem like a more sane person. Because, I don't know, whenever I play fighters, I always get hype. Because it's fucking hype. Because you're just cleaving everything. And then I saw the ragdoll effects for a lot of the kills for the Great Weapon Fighter, and oh my god, it's just like you send people flying. It's like a Dragon Ball Z episode. So, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna get pretty hype. And then when I get hype, that's when a lot of the blackness comes out. And I start saying things that are hilarious. And people get a kick out of it. But, yeah, it's more, I'm making a fool of myself. But whatever, I'm having fun. Like, you should play Gears of War with me. But, yeah, I don't have an Xbox anymore, so.
Well, Sunday I'm gonna have another RP topic discussion with hopefully some new people on the panel. I'm gonna try to get 3 other people, like yourself, and I believe another gentleman wanted to get in on this. I am looking for a female person so they can get in there and give their unique perspective too. So I don't think it's all like a men's club.
Okay, if you want, I can try to get my girlfriend in here. She's in a role player, and she's role played nearly as long as I have. It's up to you, though. I don't really care. I'm pretty sure she'll do it. She loves talking shit, and any time she can get on something and say words, she's pretty much happy.
As long as she's running her mouth.
As long as she's running her fucking mouth, she doesn't care.
Cool. So, I think Friday I'll let you know for sure. But I do appreciate you coming on and saying your piece, dude.
I'm happy to come along. I had shit else to do, man. Just sitting here reading Game of Thrones, enjoying my damn break.
They're gonna have the Game of Thrones MMO too. Watch.
I hope so. I hope they do it right. Because all these other Game of Thrones games been fucking shitty. It hurts my soul so bad because Game of Thrones is so good. And they're just like, hey, we're just gonna make shitty games for it. I'm like, okay. They can do a Walking Dead game, but they can't do a fucking Game of Thrones game.
Sweet. But anyway, man, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you coming online, dude, and chatting it up and joining us this evening and listening to the Sylvan rant.
I don't care.
And watching her screenshots of like sexiness.
Oh yeah, pure sexiness. I could read some if I want. People say I read good. Oh, yeah, man, this one's great. You should let me read it. Let me read this before we log out. Let me read one.
Okay, read one. Hold on. Which one are you gonna click on? Because I'll click on, and this way people can actually see it on the screen here.
I don't know, Simon. Which one's your favorite one? And I'll read it.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
I was reading this the Scream horror one. It's horrible, but.
Okay, so which one is that? The screaming one?
Yeah, the Scream horror one.
Hold on, where is that one?
That's if Simon wants that one to be read.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah. Alright, tell me when. Hold on, I can look on your screen and find out.
I can't zoom in on it.
So bad. Is this your first time reading one of these?
My first time?
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh boy, you're in for a ride. Before, before you close out everything, just try to read all of them because they're all fucking hilarious and they're all disgusting. But whenever you zoom in, I'll start.
Okay, I'm trying to zoom in.
Control mouse wheel in.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, folks, here we go.
Okay. Nothing screams horror like blank body. Once an extremely reputable general of the Silver Wing Sentinels is now nothing more than a broken down street meat with extremely high appetite for sperm and semen. Her body has been bimbified, that is a good word. Her body has been bimbified, making it no longer suitable for battle. Her thick, lush lips, perfect for jerking hard-ons with dick suckers, tatted in the cursive? Tatted in cursive. Okay, this bitch don't know how to fucking type. Tatted in cursive on the upper and bottom lip. Once a moderate A-cup breasts have been now enhanced to twice the size of her head. Wow. Her expansive udders also stretch out to the size of her areolas to be as large as dinner plates with long phallic-like nipples erected out. A quick flick to those sensitive nipples would make this bitch tremble in her knees and drop to the floor, ready to blow some wood. Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay.
We're reading another one after this. We're gonna read another one.
Even had her nipples pierced with the image of the phallus dangling off the loop piercing. Her waist slim and lithe perfect. Her waist slim and lithe, perfect for grabbing if her handlebar pigtails weren't enough. Those narrow waists then tapered and fanned out to broaden motherly hips with a nice fat gelatine ass to complement to those doughy ass cheeks clap like thunder. Not like thunder. Apparently this bitch's ass cheek is Thor. She has Thor Odin's son hiding in her ass cheek. She's fucking slamming down a Mjolnir every time she claps. Like,
wow.
like, anyway.
If somebody emoted that to me, like during like sexy time, I would like log off. I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
Doughy ass cheeks clap like thunder each time this skank swayed around in the streets like some trashy hushy trying to turn tricks. Blank also has her beautiful silky skin vandalized by perverts, as her lips were not the only place that got tatted up. Her thick knockers were inked with Caldori and Cundump in cursive. Oh, she spelled it right that time. In cursive on her right and left tit respectively. More ink with revisions. Yep.
Wow.
That is Moonguard in a nutshell.
Yeah, that was so intense. Let's read another one.
Alright.
Let's go with no. You're gonna read another one. You're gonna read another one.
I want to see if one of my friends wants to be a part of this.
Okay, you ready?
Hold on. Hold on, I'm getting my friend in. I'm pretty sure he wants to hear. Because Hillman's Guild, after they figured out I was black, they kept having me read poetry to them.
Just tell them to get on the live stream.
I did. Oh my god, he doesn't have. Oh yeah, that's probably him. No, it's not someone standing around in Guild Wars 2, Analea. This is my good friend Anna. Well, he's in the channel now, somewheres around on the internet. But I'm pretty sure he'll want to get on this action, or at least hear me recite such lovely words. So, which one did you want to do? Because, hold on, let me look through one.
No, I found one here. You ready?
Is it?
It's a long one. It's a long one. Come on.
Oh
Ready?
boy, it's long. Okay, let's
There we
go.
go.
Which one is it?
It's the combo.
Combo breaker. All right, let's hop in here. See what this is about. Oh boy, this isn't so long.
Well, this is the longest out of the rest of them. So go ahead.
Yeah, it is. Okay, wait. He says wait. He says wait.
Oh man.
I know, right?
People are gonna watch this tomorrow on YouTube and go, "What the fuck is this shit?"
I'm gonna link it to my friends. Okay. Okay. So, blink.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm about to start. Starting
Here we
that
go.
blankety blink. Okay. So blankety blink stands at about 6 feet tall with pale skin that one would describe as the color of light from the most beautiful full moon. Her body is perfectly sculpted from head to toe, just has the right balance in between the look of a model and a bodybuilder. Her breasts are held nudgingly with her silk robes that are obviously large and succulent, double D in size and no bigger. As just with every female of her race, blank, has a large rear, plump and firm, and always eye-catching. Her tail is, oh, she's a Draenei. Her tail is of normal length, but with magic, she can make it grow and flex. And flex to whatever she wants. So we pretty much know what this girl does with her tail already. She's usually in her magi robes. Is that magi or magi? She's usually in her magi robes, but if she's in one of her moods of arousal, she'll simply in a great mood, she'll show off a little more skin. Her raven black hair is usually let loose over her head, but she'll have to give in to the buns or the tail if she needs to get some work done. That's horrible. Why would she do that to her tail? That poor tail. I think the other one was a lot more saucy.
Yeah, the other one was a lot more.
It was so hard to get through that whole thing without trying not to laugh.
That was funny. That was good.
Oh man, I don't know if I have any that are good on my Xfire. Let me see.
Hurry up. We're right 10 minutes past time.
My friend Analea wants us to redo the first one.
They can listen to it on YouTube.
You can listen to it on YouTube, Analea. I'll link it to you after. I'll link you the video because after you get done with it, it'll be posted on Twitch.
No girls allowed. Only centaurs. You're not the boss of me.
Oh, hey, Mel.
What's up?
Here, read what's on my screen. That's the part of the last That's part of the last one you read.
Oh. Okay. Dislikes. I like how men is in all caps. Being used as a toilet. Men, douchebags, bitches, inconsiderate people, completely public sex, stripping my character in public, macro and micro side things. Please make it realistic.
Oh dear.
And vor, because everybody loves vor. Can't get enough of it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a whole
Wow.
new. So I think I got into my
This is turning hot.
I know, right? Okay, so I'm in my Xfire. Now I'm gonna look for my screenshots. There's somewhere.
I think someone mentioned one time Anna Puma had doughy ass cheeks that clapped like thunder.
Clap like Thor Odin's son. Okay, now I'm in my Xfire thingamajig. Almost there. And we wade through 4 pages of screenshots. Oh, I don't have them anymore. They should be here.
But anyway, I gotta close this out. So
Alrighty.
appreciate you coming online, dude.
Nope. See you on Sunday, man.
Yes. Join me on Sunday. We'll have a good time. Maybe we'll find some more saucy stuff to read.
Will do. Alright, close this out so I can show my friend.
Alright. Alright, people. Thank you for watching. I'll see you Sunday for our roleplay discussion part 2. Well, I guess episode 2, whatever you want to call it. I'll have some new people on the panel. If you want to get involved, contact me. You can contact me via Twitch, Engine, or you could email the pumazone@gmail.com. This weekend is the Neverwinter weekend beta number 3. I will be live streaming. Most likely, I will be live streaming Friday, Saturday, and I will live stream during the Puma Zone Sunday evening. I won't stream like I did last time. There was just a lot of streaming, and I just that was a little too much streaming for me, I think. But anyway, that will be Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday evening. So I look forward to seeing you all then. So if you haven't got a beta key on my engine wall, I know IGN is giving them away. So get on IGN and get your key if you haven't got one yet. Anyway, have a great night, and I'll see you Sunday.